Let's start with the cultural diversity management part. First of all, I will give a brief overview about the term culture and diversity and the cultural barriers in the diversity main three areas. The second part will be the diversity in Phoenix Aircraft Company and its issues. Last but not least, I will give a short overview about the solutions that the HR management team should do to increase the diversity management in the company. So, a fundamental approach to representing human needs can be given by cultural values. Above all, in the workplace, the dimensions of cultural diversity are of great importance. The market is becoming more global, and so are the work teams that must interculturally work together around the world to best meet the company's goals. This is how so-called intercultural relationships between individuals in different social groups are built. There are many cultural barriers such as individualism and collectivism, power distance, indulgence, and many more. All these barriers can be differentiated in three major types, such as national cultural bond barriers, organizational barriers, and individual-rooted barriers. The diversity management aims to create an orderly and systematic management approach so that people of different ethnic groups and other socio-cultural differences in the business can effectively work together. Diversity as a concept can be divided into three main areas. So we know the demographic area, which includes the diversity of gender, age or skin color, and so on. The second area is the psychological aspect, such as the culture, the difference in knowledge level, and the moral concepts. The organizational forms form the last block. The organizational forms include the hierarchy levels, company positioning, and so on. In order to increase the process quality in solving tasks and to work effectively as a team, a respectful and mutual communication within the team is necessary. In the case of the diversity in Phoenix Aircraft Company, there are three fundamental problem areas on cultural diversity management level: communication, individualism and collectivism, and collaboration within the team. The company's diversity management also struggles with generational rights and unfairness to disabled employees. There are significant interpersonal cultural differences and differences in working practices between the headquarters and the subsidiaries in China, Vietnam, and Singapore. The communication barrier between the headquarters and the subsidiaries in the Asia-Pacific region is worsening the quality of the working process. So, ineffective low interaction between international employees leads to delays in the workflow. Through the loss of quality, stakeholders withhold their investment and customers lose confidence in the company. The communication barrier can be happened through, let's say, different language barriers and cultural differences. If, for example, the Australian headquarters sends some instructions to change the work process to Vietnam and workers are unable to understand the language from the headquarters, then this will break down the process and it will create time lag. For long term, this results into the degradation of product quality. Company has subsidies in different areas such as China and Vietnam. Because of the less of interaction between these management teams with its employees, they are not able to cope up with the new required implementations. Furthermore, the problem of individualism and the lack of motivation comes here strongly to bear. The employees are dissatisfied because different cultures also carry different ways of working. The cultural diversity management does not respond to these problems, so that's why the mantra "near enough is good enough" has spread among the employees. The negative attitude of the so-called not invented yet syndrome begins, and this leads to further quality losses. Due to the individualization which is not taken into action, the working groups do not coordinate with each other. Thus, each team performs their individual work according to their own cultural guidelines, and this brings a wedge between cultural values and in the organization. So the diversity management of the HR management team has the task to address this problem and counteract this through, for example, leadership trainings, social collaborating workshops, and knowledge transfer programs. Just to name some few ways to solve cultural barriers in the workplace between management and employees, as well as between the teams itself. Those programs and workshops will train international workers to collaborate together on a work-based foundation, leaders to lead a diverse group of employees to gain the highest outcome for the company's goals and to collectively achieve organizational goals. So far, the HR management is going nothing to improve the current situation at the Diverse and Phoenix Aircraft Company. However, diversity management offers a variety of active and creative problem-solving techniques that pick up on the innovative ideas of employees and identify cultural differences. This maybe involves restrictions such as communication in the organization, disregard of the rules, or competition between the groups itself. But however, these activities will be successful if properly executed and supervised by a professional HRM team. The leadership team also needs to attend qualified training to know the working habits of its subsidiary team members and its diversity in the diversity management itself. For example, it is common between employer and employee in China to hand in incentives to appreciate their work. In Australia, however, employees are accustomed to receiving their salary on a monthly basis and hardly expect any further rewards. So the HRM management team must hold on this point it out, and generate suitable solutions for all cultural differences in the workplace. Furthermore, in the Asia-Pacific region, as Vietnam and Singapore, it is common to work more as an individual and less in a group. On the contrary, in Australia, so there's a high level of individualism between the Asian and Australian team. So here as well, the HR management team must find suitable methodologies to minimize individualization, cultural barriers, and promote team building.
Hello friends, my name is Siddeshu Lalkar and we are understanding different concept of diversity management and its solution. Let's understand age diversity as a barrier in the company. Age diversity is an ability of an organization to accept people of various age categories. It is impossible to construct an organization or a company of a people from same age group. As we live and work in increasingly diverse society and strive to treat each other equally. Is the age diversity good or bad? Age diversity can be act as a resource if the correct strategies are applied. The senior employee will be helpful in work experience, problem solving techniques, connection to the wider customer as they are being a part of the company for many years. Consider a scenario where employee is working with a furniture company more than 5 years. Then he would know his customers more than the young employees. He knows what is the average height of the chair and what kind of table are get sold more in market. By this way, age diversity can help a company or organization. If company fail to implement correct strategies, then age diversity can act as a barrier. The barriers are like communication, coordination, teamwork, and selection of leadership, etc. Elder employees sometimes refuse to work with ideas of young employees and resist to change, whereas young employees feel that their opportunities are taken down. This will result in the low morale and low job satisfaction. Technological barriers are also the demerits of the age diversity. It is not easy for the elder employees to coordinate with the upcoming new technologies. Consider an employee working with a manual lathe machine for many years. If company brings a new CNC automated machine, then it is important to provide training and knowledge for the employee to handle the new machines. Group forming is also one of the major problems because of age diversity. A stereotype group is formed between the organization. Then this will lead to unstable work environment which is not good for the company. Let's understand age diversity as Phoenix Aircraft Company. According to the case, there is intolerance of the younger employees to work with the elder employees. Hence, it is difficult for the company to create work-life balance from different age group of workers. What can be the causes of this age diversity? There are many causes like work experience difference between the employees, stereotype mindset of the young employees, performance rating at the workplace, and cultural difference in beliefs of the ages. Work employees is also the major problem. If some employees having higher work experience, they will get more importance than the younger employees. This will act as a diversity. Stereotype mindset can be the another problem. Young employees sometimes feel that young elder employees don't have knowledge of the current scenario or technologies. On the other hand, senior employees neglect the opinion of young employees just because they have joined the organization now. Along with all this, cultural beliefs about the ages are different in different countries. Asian countries like Japan, China, India view elders as having greater wisdom and insight and knowledge, whereas in American culture, young individuals are more desirable than the older individuals. What are the merits of age diversity? As we know, if company implement correct strategies, they can use the diverse workforce as a resource through company. These have many advantages like fitting in environment and more adaptiveness. Variety of opinions as we have lots of employees with higher work experience. This will help us to get more opinions for the bigger problems. Age diversity help us to strength exhibit our new ideas and fast execution. This will also help us for the work ethics and the motivation. Senior employees can motivate a younger employees to achieve their career goals and company targets. Mutual training at the workplace is also a major advantage of the age diversity. Elder employees can provide knowledge and training at the workplace to the new employees. This will help them to create a proper employee for the company. There are many disadvantages as well. Lack of proper communication, resistance to adopt the new culture, team build-up at the workplace, personal attitude or the behavior. Let's see the solution to overcome the age diversity barriers. These are some solutions which can be implemented by the aircraft company to overcome the age barriers. As we know that attitude and behavior is a cause of the problem, company could implement knowledge transfer lecture, training and lifelong learning programs for their employees. Apart from this, companies should explain career development plan to the younger employees. This will help them to explore their knowledge and to grow in company. Companies should implement a flexible timing policies with their employees. This will help them to get experience of the different people in the same organization, which will help them for the better team coordination in the future. Apart from all this, the recruitment should be also considered as a major solution for the age diversity. If a company recruiter is recruiting people of the same age group, then the majority will increase. Whereas company should select a proper candidate at a specific workplace so that other employees will also get a chance to develop their skill on that positions. Company should select their employees on their knowledge basis, not on their age. By these solutions, company can overcome the diversity barriers.
Hello, welcome to my presentation on equal opportunity. Equal opportunity refers to the policies of giving everyone the equal opportunity for employment, reward, pay without any discrimination in religion, race, caste, and any disability. It is an employment practice where employees do not engage in employment activities which are prohibited by law. Every person have equal right to participate equally in the workplace. Everyone should be given equal rights to work and everyone deserves fair treatment at the workplace. It is illegal to discriminate any employee on the basis of their age, their sex, or their any physical disability. These laws of equal opportunity are for those people who are facing negative treatment at workplace because of any discrimination in their race, their sex, or any physical disability. The basic aim of equal opportunity is to give a fair treatment to all the employees who are working in the organization and who are willing to work in the organization. Introducing equal opportunity in the workplace introduce several benefits for the workplace environment. Benefits of equal opportunity. As we can see that by equal opportunity, we mean giving equal rights to everyone who are eligible to perform that kind of work. It helps in creating positive workplace environment by giving equal chance to everyone to perform. It helps in improving the performance of the organization and it also increases the productivity of the organization. As more and more people are getting equal chance to work, the productivity of the organization increases. By the introduction of equal opportunity, people who are skilled are considered for the work, ignoring their physical disability, their caste, their religion, or their race. If the company is giving equal chance to everyone in a diverse workplace, it will motivate the employees to work even more harder to get the appreciation for the work they have done, which in turn increase the productivity of the organization. Reasons for inequality. Most of the organizations these days are following equal employment opportunities laws and they are not promoting these inequalities. But there are some organizations which are still discriminating employees because of several factors. These factors can be the age, the physical disability, the sexual preference, and the race. The issues of age diversity and physical disability has been seen in the no-name aircraft organization. Managers who are working in China are not recruiting people who are physical disabled without even considering their skills. Managers are totally ignoring their applications even though their skills are far beyond the other candidates who are not physically disabled. And because of this discrimination, the organization can face legal action from the candidates who have been rejected on such grounds. Physical disability. Managers are ignoring the applications of physically disabled persons in China. They are not even considering their skills for the job. If they are physically disabled, they are rejecting their applications right away. A physical disability is a physical condition that affects a person's mobility, physical capacity, stamina, or endurance. This can include brain or spinal cord injuries, multiple seizures, respiratory disorders, and many more. There are many reasons for ignoring the applications of these disabled employees. One of those reasons are that it becomes so challenging for the managers to train these employees because of their physical abilities. And also, these disabled applicants require more supervision and more care than other employees who are not physically disabled. It is important for every organization to implement equal opportunities laws in their organization. They must need to amend their recruitment policies to avoid any discrimination in the physical disability section related to sex, related to religion, and related to color. Every organization need to educate and to train their employees and their managers to know to follow these practices in their workplace. And they must follow the practice of equal opportunity and giving everyone the equal chance to perform.
Hi, myself I'm Jaydeep, and in this presentation I'm going to give the detailed definition about the HR practices and its problems and also their effective solutions. Now let's see some of the responsibilities for the HR practices, and they are providing security to the employees, selective hiring, self-merged and effective teams, and also fair and performance-based compensation and training in relevant skills, creating a flat and egalitarian organization, making information easily accessible to those who need it. These are some of the HR practices or a system responsible for. And also, the human resources functions are significantly different from HR practices. Functions are comprised of transactional activities that can be handled in house or easily outsourced. Practices are part conceptual, part implementation of an HR strategy, comprised of systems that follow the normal or customary way to doing business. The term best practices refers to the HR systems that have the greatest impact on the workforce and the organization. These are the responsibilities of the HR. And now see some of the problems of HR are poor HR planning and management, unmotivated employees, and impact on a bottom line. And also the employee requirement mismatch, diminished efficiency, loss of business, and dissatisfied customers. These are some of the main problems to the HR. Let's see some of the other issues that are affecting the HR. These are retention. Many people think that the main task of human resource is to source and employ the new talent. However, the truth is that most HR activities revolve around retaining existing talent. Employees are the lifeblood of every company, providing the skill and experience required to keep productivity level up. Your business will also have invested significant time and money to ensuring maximum productivity, whereas wherever possible. And the key HR responsibilities is to protect this valuable asset. And coming to the recruitment, whether to complement the existing workforce or to replace staff lost through natural attrition, the second major challenge facing to the human resources department in recruitment of talent. Finding staff with the correct blend of skills, personality, and motivation is difficult, even when the pool of available candidates is relatively large. And then productivity. With the workforce hard count issued sorted, the human resource team must have the next look at productivity levels to ensure that the business is operating effectively. Where productivity is low, HR needs to know whether the problem is caused by poor working practice or lack of resources. This determination is often made by carrying out a time and motion study to define who does what and how. This study can then be used to identify potential efficiency gains and paved the way for future capital investment to improve productivity and conditions. And coming to the other problem is training and compliances. Training is an essential aspect of employee development, both for their own education but also to ensure you continue to get the best from your workforce. Certain roles demanded official training and certifications, such as Codgy registrations for gas installers, many of which also have a lifespan for renewal. Although the employee bears some responsibility for keeping a track of their own professional registrations, if your business relies on their certified skills, it makes sense to track this information for your own records. Even where training takes place in-house, recording courses attendance is a central HR system allows for at a glance assessment of workforce skills and regulatory compliances. And coming to the health and safety, your company is required to record details of health and safety information for legal reasons. Similarly, to maintaining records about professional qualifications and membership of trade bodies. Health and safety records helps keep your employees safe at work and ensure that the company is meeting its legal obligations towards both them and public. Whenever a health and safety issue arises, HR is called upon to demonstrate the business has done all that is expected of it. Where proof cannot be shown, the business is at risk of legal ramifications and fines. Once again, the way to migrate such problems is through the use of accurate records of courses attended, documents issued, and anything else. And coming to the discrimination and diversity, if your business have any involvement with public sector, has a company policy regarding diversity, you will need to be able to demonstrate your commitments with hard facts from time to time. And then disciplines and outsourcing and payroll and also employee queries come under the minor HR effects. And coming to the solution for these problems, there are three major solutions or organization shows of promise to the business relationship, and these are the main solutions for the problems. And there is also solutions from management side and also employer side. There are instructions on the organization methods and their applications, gives rules on their board practices. And from employers, shows promise to the business relationship, singular advancement, occasional movement, and expanded confectionaries.